Hello guys, today we're going to be making a jade pendant. So this is the actual final product of what you'll be seeing in the video. If you like what you see, go ahead and stick around, I'll walk you through it. Okay, so the first thing we need is our shard of jade. This one's a little bit bigger, so we'll probably need a little bit more of our copper wire. So I have about 2 pieces that are about maybe 1.5 feet in length. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to find the middle point of both of them. So it's right about there. We're going to make our X. As you can see. Actually, you know what? I'm going to make these a little bit more straight. It'll make it a little easier. Okay. So step 1, cut it. Step 2, make it straight. Alright, let's find our middle point. It's right about there. Make your X, and you're going to want to start spinning them. So you want to spin both at the same time so that you get a good wrap. And so it's already coming out a little crooked, but that's okay. This is probably the hardest part right here. And you know what? It doesn't have to be perfect. It's hard because you're taking something like this that has so many different edges and it's, you know, asymmetrical, so it's okay. It's okay if it's a little bit off. It'll still be beautiful. Alright, so the next thing I do is I decide which side I want to be the top of this. I like this side. I think that's really cool right there. So what I do is I take my little twist that I made and I'm just going to fold that in half. Might be easier with my fingers. And try not to poke yourself in the eyeball with this wire. I've gotten close a few times. Alright. You're going to be fighting with it a little bit. So what I do is I just set it right on top, find about the middle of it. I pinch it down on both sides. You got to kind of work with it because you want to leave a little bit of a hole so that you can run your string through there or whatever you're using. The next part, you're going to take the sides and you're going to cross them over so that they intersect on the side. And what I like to do, this one's a little bit bigger, so I'm going to do 4 spins, but I'm going to alternate sides. So I'm going to do a spin on this side, 1 spin, then I'll go to the other side, do this, whoops, go to the other side, we're going to make our other spin. So I crossed them, give them a spin. And now this is where you're going to want to check it out, make sure everything's centered, make sure you like it, because once you set this part, you're not going to be able to go back and change it. So I'm pretty happy with it. I think it looks pretty good. Now what you're going to do is you're just going to alternate spinning the sides. So I did half a spin the first time. This is my second half spin. So I'll do 1, 1, and I'll flip it. 1, 1. So now I'm at 3 half spins. Do my 4th. Do my 4th. What I like to do is on my last spin, I like to get some pliers. So these are just the flat pliers. And I will do my 4th spin using these guys. Or 5th spin, I should say. And what this is going to do, it's going to lock it down really tight, which is what you want. Okay. So So this is about where we're at. What you're going to do now is you're just folding these guys down. And you're just making these parts, see, they want to go straight down. I make them go to the side. So you bend your guys to the side. Boom, boom. So here's what we have so far. We're just going to do the same thing, except for this time we're going to have them cross in the front. So we'll go to the front. We're going to do our one spin. One. Go back to the other side. Do our one spin. One. Looks good. Go back to their side. Two. Two. Three. Three. Four. Four. And then we're going to do our fifth one with the pliers. Alright, so we're making some progress. Bend those guys down. Bend it down. So this is what it looks like so far. And like I said, all you're doing is just, once you get to the next one, you're going to bend this guy up. You're going to bend this guy up. Switch it around. Bend this guy up. Bend that guy up. You just repeat the process. Alright, so we're at the last part. This is what we have so far. There's a lot of different ways that you can end this. I like to just keep with the theme, wrap them together, and then just kind of tuck away the sharp edges. Sorry, I was out of focus for a second. So I usually will just get them as close as possible, doing the same thing I've been doing, and just try to get a nice little tail. So there's one on that guy. One on that guy. I'm thinking I'll probably do 2 or 3 on each one, and then I'll just tuck it in right here, right in the top, and it'll look nice and pretty. Alright, so if you're content with that, you could snip off your ends and then just tuck them in and you're pretty much done. And for the tuck job, I usually use these pliers, the little bendy ones. They're pretty nice. Now the shorter the wire is, the more it's going to fight you. So this will require a little bit of persuasion on your end. But basically you just want to tuck them so that they look pretty and that they're not pokey to the touch. So this one's still a little pokey. Tuck it down in there nice and good. Alright, there it is. And now you have completed your pendant. And what you can do now is you can go through, and if there's any that you don't like, if they're not quite straight, you can take your needle nose pliers and you can just adjust them. Now do little adjustments because you don't want to mess up the wire, you don't want to mess up the stone. So little imperfections you can straighten up. If there's any areas that are kind of loose, you can go through and tighten them down. So I like to have it as close to the rock as possible. And there's a couple that are sticking out just a hair. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. That was quick. It was easy. When I first started doing this, I was using, just basic pliers, one that had the teeth inside. They worked fine, but I was noticing that I was damaging the wire. I was making some parts that were a little bit sharp, and so I paid like 10 bucks, and I got like 4 different things of pliers. They're great. They're all flat and smooth, so they don't mess up your wire. And you can go out and you can buy copper wire. It's pretty cheap. Before though, I was actually using electrical wire and I was just stripping it off with wire strippers. It worked good, but it had some glue on it. It just, I don't know, I wasn't a huge fan. So yeah, there you go. A beautiful piece of jade. And then if you want to slap on, I just have some basic cord right here. I think this is just waxed cotton. If you want me to make a video on that, I could show you how I string it up. Yeah, there you go.